I keep waiting for the perfect time to start this channel. I keep waiting for the perfect thing to do, for this and that. And I just looked at the calendar and I'm 21 weeks pregnant. The time is now. So, welcome to my channel. This is Tami Tackles Everything. Where I'll be tackling everything. Motherhood, pregnancy, food, conversations. I don't know, guys. You know me. I just like to get started and then we figure it out from there. I don't even have a right background set up. None of this is prepared, perfect, planned. I'm literally just jumping into it and we will go from there. So I kind of wanted to make today my first bump date, even though I'm 21 weeks. I want to give you a little backstory of how I've been doing so far, and then I'll tell you how I'm doing in the 21 weeks. Hi, Ozzy.
Hey, Mommy.
Ozzy is home today.
I want the booba.
You watching Booba? Okay. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a mom of 3 sons. I am expecting my first daughter, so it's very exciting. My 3 sons are Jackson, who is 8, gonna be 9, Atlas, who is 5, gonna be 6, and Oz, who is 2, going to be 3. And of course, baby girl is on the way. This is new territory for us. We've never had a daughter. We also have a blended family. So I have a bonus son who is 16, gonna be 17, and my husband's little brother, he is 19 and lives with us as well. So we have a pretty big family, all boys, so you can just imagine, right? So I found out I got pregnant back in October 2021, and it was just the most wonderful surprise of our lives. We knew we wanted one more baby, and we didn't know if we were gonna have a boy or a girl. Obviously, we weren't hell-bent on having a girl. A lot of people have said to me, did you go back because you wanted the girl? And the truth is, I went back because I wanted one more baby. I come from a large family. I'm number 4 of 5. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters, and so I really feel like sometimes we play out our own family groups, and in some ways maybe I'm doing the same thing. I've always known I wanted a large family, and it's just been a part of our story. Hi, you coming for the bump date?
Yes.
Can you say bump date?
But hey.
Bump date. So this is Oz. Say hi.
Hi.
Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
So where was I? We wanted to have another baby, and so we decided to start trying. And when I said trying, meaning not preventing. So this is actually my 4th pregnancy, and we have just been really blessed to have had really good pregnancies so far, really good experiences. This will be my 4th cesarean section, which is probably the only downer of this whole thing. And I'd really desperately tried to not have cesarean sections from my first son all the way to my last. But that's a whole other story time, which I'd be happy to share with you guys about, you know, why I had a cesarean section with my first son, and how I attempted a VBAC with my second, and how that's led to the other cesarean sections. So yeah, pretty good. So I have a few questions here that I'm just gonna run through, and I will answer them. The first question is, how did you find out? So back in October, I just had an inkling that I might be pregnant, and I had no symptoms. I had no reason to buy a pregnancy test. If I'm being very honest, I don't know why I did, other than I just thought, Now with the other 3 boys, I definitely would say I had something happening. You know, whether it was tenderness in my breasts or, you know, just a niggly feeling in my tummy. In fact, the night before I tested to see if I was pregnant, I was at the movies with Wayne, my husband, and I said to him, oh no, I think my period is coming, because I was having cramps. And I was nervous because I went to the movies without any pads or anything. So I was worried that it was gonna come there and ruin the movie. If you hear my son going on, it's fine. He's with Momo, our amazing nanny, who, if you followed me over here from MTM, you know who Momo is. She is literally the woman who has helped me to raise all of my children. So yes, he's with her, so fret not, he's not alone. So The next morning, I woke up at 5 o'clock and I said, you know what? Let me test. I forgot to mention that 5 days earlier, or maybe 4 days earlier, when I had gotten the initial thought, hey, you might be pregnant, I went and bought a pregnancy test. Now, in Jamaica, the pregnancy tests normally come single, but it had been so long since I'd bought a test that the particular brand of pregnancy test that I like, which is the First Response, now comes with 2 in there. So I was like, wow, nice, because pregnancy tests are expensive. So that one claims to give you results 5 days earlier than the rest, so that's why I went with it. It came with 2. When I'd taken it initially, negative, nothing, not even a tiny hint of an evaporated line. And so I just said, I can put it to rest. And then the few days later is when I was telling you about how I was at the movies and how I felt like I was getting cramps and getting my period. And when I woke up that morning, I said, let me take the test. And lo and behold, there it was. There's a whole video that I'll link right here about how we announced our pregnancy, and you would see my initial reaction, Wayne's reaction, our family's reaction. So it's there if you want to see it. Next question. How far along were you when you found out? So I estimated based on the apps, based on when we thought we had conceived, all of that jazz, it was giving me, I think, 5 weeks, which is pretty typical. However, when I went for my first doctor's visit, which was at about 7 weeks, the baby was measuring more like 6 weeks. So that happens sometimes, and it causes you like a little bit of heart failure. But everything was fine. Everything looked great, so nothing to worry about. The only thing I guess that was kind of hard was now tracking back on the app and going back to the 6 week mark instead of the 7 week mark. Now, when you're pregnant, you are going to live on information sites, apps, all of that stuff, because you constantly want to know what's happening to your body, what's happening to your baby, and you want to be informed. I should probably close this window because all of the sounds. Why didn't I think of that? Give me 1 second. Okay, that's probably sounding a lot better. Sorry about that. You'd think I haven't been on YouTube for a while.
Duh.
So yes, you will be starved for information, or you will be overloading yourself with information, because you just want to know what's happening. So now I don't feel like I check the apps as much, but those early days, I definitely checked every day. So yeah. How far along are you now? I just mentioned to you, I'm 21 weeks. Maybe by the time you're seeing this, I'll be closer to 22 weeks. We'll see how quick I can get this video out. But I'm 21 weeks pregnant, and I cannot believe that I am over the halfway mark already. This has just flown by. My due date is in June, the latter part of June. The exact date, I'm not sure yet, because I'm gonna have to be doing a scheduled cesarean section. With the other boys, I always delivered at 39 weeks. So I'm hoping that I can keep her in as long as that. But we just have to keep an eye on the situation and make a decision from there. The next question is, will you find out the sex? So we did find out the sex, and we are having a little girl, as I mentioned, our first girl in our immediate family. Fun fact, she is the second granddaughter for my for my parents, who already have 10 or 11 grandsons. So she is part of a very elite group of the Chin family. So I'm really excited about that. We also have another video where we shared the gender with everybody, and I will link that here too so you can see it. Really great video, really fun time. It was shocking when we found out. We're still in shock. If I'm honest with you, I'm still in shock every day that I think about the fact that I am going to have a daughter, finally. What? It don't even make sense to me. The next question I had here was, do you have any feelings about whether it is a boy or a girl? If I'm being totally honest, very early on, I thought this is a girl. Very early on, I would have these feelings like, oh my goodness, I think this might be the girl. As I started to grow, I noticed I was carrying very differently. And that made me again think, this might be the girl. But I think after having 3 sons, and for my husband, this was his 4th son. So he has 4 sons, because remember I said Gio, our eldest, he's 16 going on 17, plus the 3 boys, 4 sons. What are the chances that this man is going to have a daughter? Almost nil, if you ask me. I don't know if that's statistically correct, but to me it was, there's no chance that you're gonna have a girl. So when I was having these feelings that I was probably going to have a daughter, I would literally stop myself and be like, don't be ridiculous. And then so I started to feel like I'm gonna have a son. So I don't know what the difference was. I don't know when I shifted from very early on saying, you know, I think this is a girl, to, oh, it's probably a boy. But yes, early on I really felt like she was a girl. And by the time I saw how I was carrying, I was like, this is definitely not normal. I can feel her kicking right now. So the next question says, are there any names that you like already? And I have I had loads of boy names. I didn't have many girl names, but I do love the names that have made it to the top of our list. Feel free to leave a comment of any names you like. So my son's names are Jackson, Atlas, and Oz. So you know I'm not a traditional type of girl when it comes to naming the kids. So I'm looking for something maybe not as popular, but maybe more old school. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about names, but it feels like a lot of pressure to name my daughter, my one and only daughter. So know this, whatever the name is, I'm gonna love it. I know the middle name for sure. I always have. And maybe in a later video, I will share what the boy name was. So let me know if you want to hear what the boy name was. The next question is, who do you think the baby will look like? Well, I don't know. You know, I feel like Wayne and I have, well, one of each. So Jackson, I think, looks a lot like me. And if you look at my pics when I was a kid, you'll see that we have a lot of resemblance. Atlas, everybody says, is 100% Wayne. And then we have baby Oz, who I think is like a mixture of both boys, which means it's a mixture of the both of us. And so I don't know what this little baby's gonna look like. And then when you put girl vibes in there, I don't know. I am so excited to see her little face. But I also know that, you know, when they're first born, they don't really start to look like themselves for a couple months. And so it'll be interesting to see how she changes and who she starts to look like and what that journey is like. So I'm really excited to see what she's like and who she looks more like, or if she's taken after the both of us right down the middle. We'll see. The next question is, have I had any crazy pregnancy emotions or mood swings?
I will get a tree.
What you eating? What's that? What's that? The funny thing is that this pregnancy, I think more than the other 3, I have actually been the coolest and the calmest. Like, I feel like I have not been very crazy at all. Like, I haven't had many highs or lows. I think I've really kept a very calm, cool center, which Wayne and Momo have agreed to. So yeah, I've been pretty chill this pregnancy, and I don't know if it's because it's my last. I don't know if it's because I know that this is the 4th and final, but I'm trying to soak it up and enjoy it on a different level. And I think that's something nice about being older in this pregnancy. To let you guys know, I'm 38. I'm gonna be 39 by the time I have this little one. And I think that has really been a benefit. And I feel very secure in who I am and who I am as a mother. Even though I struggle with motherhood like everybody else, I just feel this maturity in understanding what this journey is about and kind of being able to enjoy it, every part of it. I think it's important to also know that I love being pregnant. I have enjoyed all of my pregnancies, and it's the one thing that I grapple with a little is the fact that I'm never gonna do this again, and it almost makes me feel a little sad because in some weird way I really feel a lot like myself when I'm pregnant, if that makes sense. I don't know if you agree with me. Some women don't feel like themselves at all, but for me it's definitely something that I feel like I am meant to do. Hello. So the next question was, any plans to continue working out? Obviously, when I wrote this list, I was working out. Another fun fact. Oh, I just can never work out when I'm pregnant. I don't know what it is. I always mean to, guys, I always say, oh, I'm going to do my little yoga and my walking and my this and my that. It never happens. And so this will be my 4th pregnancy where I have not really worked out. I'm still going to try and get some yoga in, guys. But I'm a pretty active person. I'm up and down every day. I don't really, laze about. So I feel like that's pretty good. With my first pregnancy, I gained like 70 pounds, 75 pounds. And then with Atlas, I gained 25 pounds. And with Oz, I gained 25 pounds. And even with this baby, even though my body has changed so much, I lost so much weight in the first trimester from being sick. I had a really tough first 16 weeks actually, which was another telltale sign that this is a girl. For me anyway, because the boys, I was done with morning sickness by 9 or 11 weeks. So I'm only just starting to really get back to my pre-pregnancy weight. So I've just gained not that much. And I don't anticipate gaining that much. I feel like the first time I got pregnant, it's like I was allergic to it. But yeah. That's not why you work out when you're pregnant. Obviously, you work out to just maintain, good heart health, getting that blood pumping, mobility in your hips, all of that good stuff. So yeah, I haven't done so well yet. Maybe I'll improve. I'm gonna try the yoga. The next question is about prenatals and folic acid. So as soon as I found out I was pregnant, I started taking folic acid. Now, if you're planning on getting pregnant, I do believe that they recommend that you start taking folic acid from like a couple months before, which I probably should have done. I just didn't. But I started as soon as I found out I was pregnant. And I'm also on the same prenatal vitamin I've been on ever since with the boys. Like, it's called Natel and it's a prescription. But there's so many great ones on the market, but you do definitely want to take a prenatal, one that you can stomach. And that's why I've always liked this one, because it doesn't make me feel sick. So yeah, I'm on prenatals. I also have to take iron, additional iron, because I am anemic. So yes, iron is a big part of my daily intake. This pregnancy, I've also been taking some vitamin D and extra vitamin C because of everything that's going on with the pandemic. So just doing my best to keep boosting my immunity and keeping that up. Yes, love?
I'm drinking milky.
You drinking milky?
Yeah.
Lucky you.
Look, milky.
Nice.
Ah!
Thank you.
Heavy.
Thank you for sharing. All right, go sit down and drink your milky. Sit right here. Here's a seat right here.
Oh, right there.
Yes, I'm almost finished. So now that we're all caught up, let me get going with our recurring questions that will happen every week. So how far along am I? I am at 21 weeks, just at the beginning of the 21 weeks. The next question, I'm looking at my laptop over here. I had to move it from there. Yeah. What's the size of the baby? So the size of the baby, and we're switching from crown to rump to crown to heel length, is 10.5 inches long and weighs 11 to 12.5 ounces, and that's about the size of a large banana. Movement. I have been feeling movement very different to the boys. No big kicks or, none of this stuff. A lot of this stuff, and every now and again, a couple of these stuff. In fact, yesterday, for the first time, my husband was able to feel her kick from outside. So that was a pretty big deal. You okay? Sleeping, how has sleeping been? Sleeping has been good, finally. Except I now have a 2-year-old who comes into my room almost every night. Yes, so he's part of the sleeping problem, not her. How do you feel about that, Oz? Don't let mommy sleep at night. Food cravings or aversions? None. with the boys, I definitely did not eat chicken. So this is the first pregnancy that I'm able to eat chicken. In fact, this pregnancy, I eat everything. Sweet, salty, sour, meat, veg, everything. So what I'm gonna do now is just kind of give you a belly bump date, just to kind of show you what it's looking like, and we'll go from there. There it is. And these are my maternity clothes from when I had Jax and Atlas. So there it is from the front. Should I fold this down? I don't even know how to do this. All right, and here it is. Let me just fold this down so you can see better.
Ma, that's a big.
And there it is.
There it is.
From the front and from the side. So I definitely feel like it's dropping a little bit, but this is definitely higher than I've been in the past. So yeah. All right guys, so there you have it, my first bump date on Tami Tackles Everything. Please, if you know any mommies who are expecting, who might be interested in a video like this, or you just want to follow me along on my journey, don't forget to subscribe. Yes, like, comment, and let me know what other types of videos you'd like to see from me. I definitely plan to put some fake cooking show over here, and just about anything else. It's Tami Tackles Everything for a reason, and that means that this channel is gonna host quite a few different things, and I'm excited about that. So yes, I'm trying to definitely bring you new videos every week, and we'll see how it goes. How about that? So thanks for being here with me today. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you learned something, and I hope that it was interesting for you. And if it wasn't, that's okay. You don't even have to be here, and you don't have to do anything. You just can keep it moving. All right, big love guys, and see you soon. Mwah.